Okay, a bit out of breath. I've just been doing some runs in the beach and stopped by to get some rest because, man, it's so hot right now. I'm in Portugal, the Algarve. My feet are burning, but I know I have to get these runs in because I've got a goal of hitting that six-pack, so I've got to stick to it. But I wanted to make this video because it's actually something that I was thinking about today. And I can't lie, I think it's quite a big topic because it's something I guess I have very direct experience with, but it's an easy trap to go and fall under, especially on social media, especially when it comes to YouTube, even on TikTok shorts, Instagram reels, whatever. Very easy, and that is basically being addicted to motivational or inspiring content. You know, like, it's very easy for me. I'm speaking from a personal point of view here. Like, I get very motivated by certain clips on YouTube, whether it's clips from podcasts that I watch and stuff with some music in. It's nice, and there's a difference between that kind of motivation where it's just a temporary hit of dopamine to get you up and running, but the real motivation comes when you're going through the real periods of long work and you basically feel like you want to give up and stuff like that, but then there's something inside of you telling you to keep going, and that, my friend, is true motivation. That's discipline, but it's an attribute to your strength. And you know, when it comes with dopamine hits, small dopamine hits, especially when it comes to motivational videos on YouTube, you know, it's like a montage or a clip of Tony Robbins, or I don't know, sometimes I watch David Goggins do it, and it really does lift me up, not gonna lie, it does lift me up, but that's just a brief moment. So it's not to get addicted to these kind of content, because you can just end up scrolling for hours or just watching or consuming that kind of content, feeling like you're motivated and inspired once you're getting all those dopamine hits. And oh man, I'm just taking everything in. But also, it could also mean like you feel productive because you've been listening to them. That definitely happens. You feel like a sense of accomplishment just because you've been listening to what they've been saying and how they're preaching, and it just feels nice, right? It's nice to hear, and you might be a little bit motivated. You might do some work for the first half an hour or an hour, but you know, ultimately that fades. You got to understand that fades drastically, but it's those periods where you don't have to listen to that and you can keep going. That's what true character is. Now, how do you get to that stage? It's honestly a lot. That in itself is discipline. Like, you know, no, don't be forced to go back into watching those clips. Just keep going with the work, and the more you're comfortable, or familiar I should say, because you shouldn't necessarily be comfortable, the easier it becomes, because the more familiar you get with these things, the more, I guess, known you are in the difficult long periods. But yeah, I'd say that. So just basically turn off your phone when you're going to go into some deep work. First of all, allocate some time. Let's say, for example, you know, if I want to get a video edited and whatnot, sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'm going to sit here for 60 minutes straight, no breaks, turning off my phone, putting it on focus mode when there's no notifications that come in. It could be an hour and a half, it could be 2 hours, whatever. And then I just do it. I just literally just force yourself to do it. And the more times you can do that, the more reps you get in, then easier it becomes the next time, right? And soon you're building that habit of doing long periods of work without needing dopamine hits. Easier than it sounds, for sure, but you gotta do it. Make this the last video you watch before you do some piece of work. Good luck.